Hey guys, what's up? It's Sam, and today I have what I always have, a wrap up. September has ended and I have awoken. You get it? Because the song, wake me up when September ends. So in the month of September, I read a total of 7 books, and a lot of them were pretty super cute, super quick kind of books. A couple of them were huge. It was either go easy or go hard. There was no in between this month, which is kind of weird for me. But alas, I didn't do that this month. So without further ado, let me show you what I read. So to get the rereads out of the way, I reread Eclipse and Breaking Dawn, both by Stephanie Meyer on ebook. Like I said, this is a reread. I basically do this probably once or twice a year because I'm trash for Stephanie Meyer's. It's a thing. I know, but I love it. The next book I read was All My Friends Are Dead by Avery Monson and Jory John. I giggled so hard at this. I thought it was really cute, relatable in a way. I don't know. I liked it a lot. The next book I read is a poetry collection, and that is The Princess Saves Herself by Amanda Lovelace. Now this poetry collection is by far, if not my most favorite poetry collection. It's right up there with Robert Frost to me, which you have to get pretty far up there to get on my Robert Frost love level. I left the book thinking about my own perspective on my own situations and my own worldview regarding those situations, which is something I really look for in a poetry collection, something that makes me think after I've read it, something that I can look back on and be like, wow, this changed me for the better. And I think Amanda really, really nailed that with this book, and I loved it so much. Just so much. The next book that I read in the month of September is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I actually enjoyed this book, not as much as I thought I would. I'm emotionally invested, so I'm going to be reading the second book in the series. Like I said in my current reads video, which I will link somewhere up here if you want to read that, I did have my problems with it. But before I tell you my problems, there is a trigger warning, just so you guys know. If you're looking into reading this, there is a very graphic rape scene within this that I wish I had known going into it, just so that I could prepare for it. I had problems reading it. So yeah, if that is something that it triggers you, or you just can't read that type of stuff, it's in this. So you've been warned. Yeah. I really liked this book. There are some things that I could care less for, like that rape scene. The book was really slow to get into. It took about 200 pages for things to start rolling and to pique my interest. I also read it on audiobook, so that helped immensely in getting through the first 200 pages. But once you get past that, it's kind of smooth sailing. I mean, you get emotionally invested. It makes you want to see it through. So if you're not really interested in really slow-paced reads, I wouldn't recommend reading it, but I would recommend audiobooking it, because it kind of goes faster that way. But yeah, overall, it's a typical romance book. What can I say? The next book I read in the month of September is another super cute, super easy read, and that is Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. I really enjoyed this book. I have my qualms, but I think that's because I did not read this in one sitting like it can be done. It's only 152 pages, and it's a graphic novel. I broke it up into 4 sittings because I just could not sit through it. I either got distracted, or my favorite TV show came on, and I was just like, I can't, I have to watch it. So I highly recommend, if you're going to read this book, to read it in one sitting. I think that'll grasp your attention more if you did that. Besides all of that, it was a really cute read. There are moments where I giggled really loudly and I could relate to the main character, Nimona. But yeah, super quick read. If you've read it in one sitting, you'll probably really enjoy it. There's a lot of jokes and humor in it, and I love it so much. Next book that I read, which I don't have with me because I had to turn it back into the library, is Saga Volume 5. Now, if you know, in my previous wrap-ups, I had a problem with Saga Volume 4. I was hoping that Volume 5 would resurrect my interest in this graphic novel. It did, and it didn't. It got me interested enough to pick up Volume 6. Basically, hopefully, to finish the series, which there's 7 volumes total. But it didn't get me like hyped for it as like Volume 1 and Volume 2 did for me. It's not the greatest volume in the trilogy like I said before. I felt like it was a filler. There was a lot of plot growth, I guess you would call it, but the execution of it, I could care less for. It was weird. That's all I can describe it as. It was just weird. But I'm going to read Volume 6 in the month of October, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, that is my September wrap up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these books. What are your thoughts on them? Let's discuss. But yeah, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye!